We're left with race number 6, as Mark said off camera there, another easy one. I don't think it's an easy card this week. I wouldn't want to be doing the pick 6. I wouldn't want to be, if I was going to do an accumulator, it would be an each way one. And this is a race where I think when I went through it, my original notes, I had about 7 or 8 horses down before I thought better start again. It's not an easy one.
No.
Anything stand out to you?
I've gone for Mick de Kock's Sanchois with Christophe Semillon in the saddle. First time out here, hasn't run since February last year when he was in South Africa. But he's another horse that's got some Grade 1 and Grade 2 form.
Do you know why I was interested in that one? Is because Mike's got one for Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum, and normally, come what may, if he's got 2 or 3 runners, Sumalon rides that.
Yeah.
And then I actually went up and down the card twice trying to find out why Sumalon wasn't in the race.
Well, don't forget Sumalon's riding for Sheikh Mohammed's son.
It's still his son, but he's chosen this over the other one.
Of course he is. Yeah.
His last 2 runs are in Group 1 company. Before that, Group 2, Group 3. So his actually last 4 runs were all in Group company, big Group company.
Yeah.
And he's been, to finish 3rd, beaten 3/4 of a length in a Group 1, and to get 100 handicap mark, he could be very, very low in the handicap.
Yeah, and I think he stepped up from. He was beat by Cape Town Noir over a mile. Stepped up to 2,000 metres and got beat 3/4 length, as you said. So this 1,800 will be just about right anyway for me.
The reason I didn't end up tipping him was because I've tipped a few Mike de Kocks this week.
Yeah.
And the reason I didn't is I thought, well, if there's any going to be a little bit behind the button, it's going to be the ones that have come all the way from South Africa. The ones from England might be a strict fitter.
Sure.
And the ones that have had to come all the way from South Africa and do the...
What I've noticed about England, let's say England horses, for instance, for British horses, they've all come with this coat. They are looking very woolly. Most of the horses from Europe, it's only through clipping they look a bit better.
It's freezing here at the moment.
Yeah, they haven't lost their coats, a lot of them, that's right. So it is a bit worrying, but we have had one winner from England last week, so that was good to see.
And having seen Mafgul run in a big woolly jumper and win doesn't put me off as much.
I know.
I liked him, but that put me off him. And I'll tell you, I looked quite a few in this race, including Mike's other horses. Good jockey booking, by the way. Andrea Atenzia. I think he's going to be a very good jockey.
Atzeni, on Vasily. That's a funny horse. That's had a couple of wins in the last 4 races, isn't it?
He's done well. Yeah. I ended up looking at Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Dr. Marvin Kukash hasn't brought horses here until this year. He's never been bothered. In fact, last year I was chatting to Dandy Nichols, who'd got a few of Marwin's, and Marwin was more interested in winning the British All-Weather Championship than coming here for the money. So if he'd got a horse rated 103, he'd rather keep it in England to win races there to win the All-Weather Championship.
I think you're right to look at this horse. He ran so well over course and distance. Same mark he's on again.
Well, if we talked earlier about one horse that finished behind Mushrek that looked impressive, this did.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mushrek, I think Mushrek's going to go through the ratings this year. He didn't get put up for that either.
No, he didn't.
Where Mushrek was rated 113 and he beat him by a length and a bit. That is, realistically should have gone up a little bit. So I think he comes in on a low mark. He's got a lovely draw, got a great jock. There's a lot to like about him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just I'm worried about him not winning this horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went for Mick de Kock. I agree with you. I think these horses are just starting now to get serious.
You can't write off either David Marlane's horse. He ran here well last year. Obviously knows the place.
Yeah, he actually had a good run first time out and backed it up, didn't he, last year? So I wouldn't be past
actually
that.
His second run last year was his worst.
It was. So he's fresh. The run was pretty decent, wasn't it?
His first run was excellent.
Yeah.
Second one was weak, and then he came back in the Derby and ran really well.
That's right. Yeah. So, but you can't, like you say, you can't discount.
No.
And Fergal Lynch has kept the ride on that, which is good to see for Dave. So he's come over. I think it's for a couple of rides, but Dave's the
for that one mainly.
Obviously. One that interested me though was I'm going for San Shawley's, but what a great story a Fantastic Moon would be, for instance. A horse that Jeremy Nacida, who used to be a regular at the carnival, then had a break, didn't he?
Yeah.
For a few years. But what a nice horse to bring over for the carnival, Fantastic Moon. And he's another horse that doesn't win, but he runs in good races.
Yeah, well, if you go back, one of my tips for the World Cup, Steeler, and the actual World Cup, I think Steeler's a 10 furlong horse. When I watched him the other night, he was only a few lengths behind him going back 2012.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't write him off, but I think this is a difficult race. There's 3 or 4 races here that I wouldn't want to be using your money to have bets. Maybe Jason Ford's, but not yours. So it's a tricky one. I can see why you've gone for Sancho's. If he's fully fit, I think he's got a very, very lean handicap mark. Good draw, good trainer, good jockey. But I'm going to go for Marwin's horse. I think the run behind my Shrek is excellent.
Yeah.
So just based on that, he should be a strip fitter than some of the others who haven't had a run. He's stepping down from listed company to a handicap. So for me, Gabriel
and San Shawes.
Well, we hope that's helped you a little bit. We've been talking horses. If you want to see the Tipsters site, go on to www.comracinguae. Click on Tipsters, that's Mark's site. If you want any more help, Pat Cummins, who is in Dubai at the moment but couldn't join us, and I know he's been given one bit of inside information that he's very strong on, so I'll let him tell you on his site. Check him out on DubaiRaceNight.com and come back in about 30 seconds, which means click one of the things on the side, and we'll be talking about Jebel Ali.